let's just get this one over with and we'll start in with the snacks, all right? So we're gonna try these beef sprinkles. It is from Pancho's Kitchen, natural dog food. And like that way, I'll know whether this is something that, you know, I can give Doodle or not. Again, it's dehydrated beef. There we go. All right, here we go. It's got a arepa. And look up a little bit of savoriness there. Maybe I'm not using enough. Maybe I should use more. Let's see. I mean, like, there's a big hunk there. Let's see. Not really getting, but again, they're making this for dogs. Not going to have salt or any kind of seasoning or anything else like that. It's just going to be beef. I'm too congested for that. Oh, yeah. Or to boof it, you little pervert. No. Like, I'm not really getting it, but maybe I'm putting it on the wrong thing. I wouldn't put it on a burger. That would make sense, but, oh, you know what? Let's try something else. All right. Because that was a little savory. Let's put it on a banana. And yes, that is a little banana, but everything's different here. The corn is different. The bananas are different. This is not your Cavendish banana. We're back. You're right, Miguel, and welcome back. Put it in warm water and make a broth. That's an idea. First taste of a dehydrated beef dog foods, then you have to pay. I have to pay Doodle. Where is Doodle? Doodle was here. I think he thought I was ignoring it. Yes, I am putting this on a banana. But that's why we call it trippy food, right? Let's see if this makes a difference. Here's my phone. That's weird. It does. Oh, it does make a difference what you put it on. You get the beef flavor when I put it on the banana, and it was totally missing when I put it on the arepa. I don't understand. But I don't have to understand. All right. I'm going to give that a dog thumbs up. So basically, this is something that I would give Doodle. It's not offensive. It's not weird or anything else like that. I think he'll like it, but it's very, very light flavored. So it's like it's not something I would necessarily use, but wanted to try it before I give it to Doodle. All right. Paw up. Yes, one paw up. You're right, Doodle. I think Doodle Julie. I'm getting my family members mixed up. All right. Might as well get started. So, you know what? It would have helped if I brought my beverages in. That would have helped. So hang on. I will be right back. I would forget my head if I hadn't properly followed the IKEA instructions for putting it on. There we go. Yeah, the chair cam. That's right. You got to see the chair for a few minutes. You missed the chair? You didn't miss me when I went to the other room. You missed the chair. All right. So today, our adult beverage of choice is this. And this is Tres Cordilleras Mulata Tipo Amber Ale, which is 3 mountain ranges, I think is what Cordilleras is. 3 mountain ranges, Mulata type amber ale. This is a 5.2% ABV, so just that much over average. Tres Cordilleras was founded in 2008 by Juanchi Velez. I think Juanchi is like a nickname like Johnny. Juanchi. By Juanchi Velez in Medellin, Colombia. I gave this one away, but let's see if you were paying attention. So our trivia question is, what does the word Cordilleras mean in English? What does the word Cordilleras? If you need to learn if you want to know how to spell it, there it is right there. And then again, the warning that it has excess alcohol in it. No, not caballeros. All right. Let's get this thing open and try this. Tres Cordilleras. See, this is how we tell you. This is how we can tell if you're paying attention, because we said it already. Well, Jules, we can tell that you weren't paying attention. All right, my current beer glass. I've not found my Trippy food beer glass. Oh, Jules, you can't see this to rate it. All right, to rate my pour. There we go. Now this says amber. It doesn't look like an amber. It looks like a red. I don't know if you guys can see that. See the light coming through that. I can, but you guys aren't over here. You guys are over there. Hello, Kitty. Welcome. Pay attention to you. Come on. You gotta. Hey, you gotta make your own mistakes, right? You can't always pay attention to me. Ooh, that's kind of bitter. Has kind of a bitter taste to it. I don't know if that's typical. Amber ale. That's not really typical of an amber ale to have that bitter taste. But it's not bitter in like a fruity way. It's like bitter, like hoppy, very hoppy. And like even an IPA that has a lot of hops in it is typically fruitier. This is not fruity at all. It's just bitter. Tom, I understand Tom did a live stream yesterday. Right, I was not able to be on it. I was busy looking for medicine yesterday. But understand he did a live stream, so he's kind of back. He just hasn't done a lot of videos, but yeah, he's back. Let's see. Does this say what's in it? Because it tastes like mostly hops. It says a combination variety of malts, toasted pan fresco. It's bread. The hint of fresh bread. That doesn't make any sense. All right. I'm getting a lot of hops. To me, it's kind of bitter. It's okay. It's all right. It's not like awesome. I'm going to give it a thumbs up trending downward. I just wish it didn't have that bitter kind of bite to it, but it's pretty good. So let's go back to our trivia question. What does the word Cordilleras mean in English? Jules was guessing cord. Let's see. I think that was it. I don't think anybody else guessed. Cordilleras, it means mountain ranges. That's what I had mentioned earlier. Not realizing that it was going to be my trivia question. So there it is. So yeah, thumbs up, trending downward on that one. All righty. So let's get into our first snack. It is nice seeing Tom back. Well, I mean, seeing his channel back, seeing him back, we haven't done that yet because he hasn't come back yet after we lost him, but hopefully he will come back. Cilantro. Did I'm not sure if I said something that, or Steve is talking to somebody else. I don't want to burn you out, Dad, but a tractor trailer overturned in Pennsylvania the other day, spilling its contents. All got dogs. You mean hot dogs? Spilling hot dogs all over the highway. Yeah, I would. That's like a mortal sin. Hot dogs. That's what I thought. I didn't think all of them got dogs. All right, let's see. What are we doing first? Oh, we're doing this. Okay. Where is that? No, seriously, where is that? Oh, here we go. Okay. This is, there we go. I'm still getting the hang of the fact that everything's backwards. This is Zenú pollo con champiñones al vino, which is chicken with mushrooms and wine. Okay. The company is Industria de Alimentos Zenú. It was founded in Medellin, Colombia by Eduardo Ospina Vasquez in 1957. So here's a question. What does Zenú signify? What is the importance of the word Zenú? What does Zenú signify? Now you'll notice that this has your, let's see, excess saturated fats and excess sodium. So here we go. Let's ride lightning. Welcome, Angie. Welcome from Bogota. So you're just a stone's throw away from here. Well, you'd have to have a really strong arm, but welcome, Angie. All right, here we go. So this is all going to be, this might be boring for you, Angie, being that you're in Bogota, all the stuff that we're eating today, but oh, maybe not. Okay, so what I was thinking is, like, I've had the Zenú, tuna before, and it's kind of like, you know, like it looks like tuna flaked in the can. This looks like a pate. This is just a little bit different, I think. So this is chicken and mushrooms, but it looks like a pate. I'm a little bit nervous about this one. Let's try. Okay. Oh yeah. This looks like you should spread this on crackers. Now, if you notice, you guys can see that little brown spot there. That's a mushroom. So that, you know, there's no, you know, fault in advertising. I don't know if they put the chicken through a blender or something. It's like really, really odd. Looks eggy. Well, that's chicken. And you can't say it's not moist. Well, welcome, Django. I'm glad you could drop in. Now, Django, I do not recognize your name, having been on before, but I'm old, so it's possible that I forgot. So if not, what brings you to the channel and the chat, and where you're from? Closest metropolitan area is fine. Do not need the street address. You refer to. So the more you eat this, the less it tastes like chicken, and more like indescript meat. Like it could be light flavored tuna. It could be, you know, I mean, just I think because of the wine and mushrooms, it takes on some other different flavor. That's okay with me because usually like these are white, like breast meat, white meat chicken, and I'm not like a big fan of white meat chicken, but kind of this way, it's. I would honestly, I would spread this on crackers. I think that's the best use of this, or like make like a tuna fish sandwich, but a chicken fish sandwich. That make any sense at all? So I mean, it's pretty good actually. I do like it. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It's really interesting and different. So there you go. All right, now my trivia question was, what does Zenú signify? And looks like Janice Yamanaka says, it can refer to the indigenous people of Colombia or a spice inspired by the Z. Janice says the Zenú people. Let's see. Well, not in this particular case. From the UK, been following for a while, but time zones don't catch streams, but love your vibe, man. Seemed like a real guy. First you saw you on Reckless Eating. Oh, well, thank you, Django. I'm glad you could make it. So everybody, please give free Django Dab Nation a warm and hearty Trippy food welcome. All right. Janice, yes, you are mostly correct. So the Zenú is a pre-Columbian culture. Anytime you hear the term pre-Columbian, that means before Columbus came to the New World, right? Colombia is a country that's named after Columbus, right? So pre-Columbian culture and the indigenous people of northwestern Colombia. So that's what Zenú is. And apparently they're still around making chicken in a can. All right, thumbs up on that, by the way. So I think I mentioned that. All right, trying to get through life. Aren't we all, Django? Like I had mentioned earlier when we were talking about like Ozzy and Hulk Hogan and all the people that we lost this week. We all have an expiration date. We just don't know what that is. So hang in there, Django. All righty, what's next? Oh, these, okay. These are, the company is called Yupi. Yupi, I believe that's how it's pronounced, Yupi. I don't see any accents on there, so I don't know what syllable gets the accent, but this is Yupi. You can see that it has excess sodium and excess saturated fat. And these are anillos de cebolla. Now, in this particular case, I don't have to tell you what anillos de cebolla is. You can clearly see it here if you speak English. They're onion rings. Now, they're not necessarily onion rings, so they don't cut an onion and then fry it or do something with it and everything else. It's onion powder and natural onion flavor. And the main ingredient is pellets. And they said the pellets are corn, brown rice, and potato flour, which is really weird. This is kind of a weird thing, but it does have onion powder and natural onion flavor, so we're going to give it a shot. Yupi Products was founded in 1978 by Isaac and Lazar Galinsky in Yumbo, Colombia, and it's the company name is named for an expression of excitement. Yupi! I think it's yippee, but Yupi is good too. That's okay. All right. Well, the Django, you said the brand looks familiar. I'm sure that the who was it that who was it that was saying they were from Bogota? It's just been Angela, right? Angie Gonzalez. Angie Gonzalez probably recognizes this brand. They do make a lot of other snack products. Grub Warp is here. Welcome, Grub Warp. I've not seen you in a while. Glad you can make it. Oh, look who's here. Come on up. Come on up here. Come here. You can do it. Come on. All right. I will have to pick you up because you're a little bit stubborn, right? It's Doodle, the Prince of Dogness, everybody. Doodle, the Prince of Dogness. Doodle, did you miss your adoring public? There they are. And say hello. Doodle, the Prince of Dogness. Not the Prince of Darkness. He just recently died. But it is Doodle, the Prince of Dogness. Ooh, I wonder how can I do? I was going to give him, let's see. He can lick it off the spoon. That would be okay. I'm going to give him a little spoonful of this beef powder and see if he likes it. Yes, Doodle is very special to us. All right, Doodle, do you want some of that? You want some of that? He's sniffing it, and when a dog sniffs, they blow out of their nose and they blow back in, and so that usually blows stuff all over the place. He wanted no part of this, and he took off. So we'll see. Maybe we'll put it on his food. I don't know. We'll figure it out. They make a lot of sweets, and you see them mainly in corner shops. Yeah, exactly, or convenience stores or something like that. Dude is looking tan and relaxed. Well, he was born tan, so that color's not going to really change. Although if you do look at his skin underneath, you can see like black spots on his skin underneath it. All right, that doesn't look. It's like a Funyun maybe. Nice and crunchy. Nice onion flavor. No onion smell, but nice onion flavor. Very light and crispy. It's almost like a Cheetos, like the Cheetos Puffs. It's almost like that texture, like you could just melt that in your mouth. Some of you new folks are probably wondering why the bag is upside down, and you guys in the chat can probably explain that. But yeah, these are pretty good. They're not like really heavy on the onion flavor. Does it say excess sodio? It does. It does say excess sodio, but they're not really salty or anything. Very light, very tasty and everything. And that is going to get a thumbs up. All right. I did not ask the trivia question. I will ask the trivia question now. The question is, what onion dish was invented by Jeff Glowski in 1985 at New Orleans restaurant Russell's Marina Grill. Again, what onion dish was invented by Jeff Glowski in 1985 at New Orleans restaurant Russell's Marina Grill? Throw that out there when you got it. All right, I'm going to kind of move on to the next one, everything, and you guys can answer that question while we're waiting. Let's see what's next on our hit parade. Okay, these. Now, if you are from Colombia, you will definitely recognize this product name or this product line. This is Super Ricas, like very rich, or very riches, because Rica, Super Ricas. And these are Super Ricas Papas Fosforitos Sabor Pollo, which is basically Papas Fosforitos, I think potato strings, and the Sabor Pollo is chicken flavored. Now, as you guys know, especially with stuff like Lay's and things along those lines, they'll say, chicken flavor, but it's usually an artificial chicken flavor. This has both, natural, it has natural chicken flavor in it, but it's like chicken powder and chicken something else. So I'm confident this is going to taste like chicken. Super Ricas is a snack product line of comestibles Ricos, which was founded in 1961 by Carlos Eduardo Silva Rojas in Bogota, Colombia. Question is, again, the company is called Comestibles. Let me try that again in Spanish. I was going to say in English, but it is Spanish. Comestibles Ricos. What was Comestibles Ricos' first product? You're gonna have to look that one up, unless you're old enough to remember. But it was founded in 1961, so I don't think you were. I recommend you Nusita and Chacaramo. Oh, Chacaramo! I think we did a long time ago. I think we did a Chacaramo. It's kind of like a nutty buddy. It's like a wafer with chocolate on top of it, if I'm not mistaken. I will have to check if we didn't do it, because I think we did it a long time ago. Even if we didn't do it a long time ago, we can do it again, by recommendation. And those of you who don't remember us doing it will be excited. So I will write that down. Nusita and Chocorama. We'll definitely do that. Matchsticks. Okay, thank you, Jules. ¿Cómo te llama? Fosforitos in inglés. Matchsticks. Okay. We add fosforitos to the creamy soup. I hope you don't mean. Oh, that's right. And I think tomato soup, right? You just put that right on the top of the tomato soup. Or when you say the creamy soup, are you would you put this on ajiaco as well? Yeah, Angie, would you put that on ajiaco? Have you had any capybara? Steve. Go back about 2 weeks. Go back about 2 weeks. We did a short where we were walking in Via de Leyva, and we passed by a parking lot, and in the parking lot they had a llanera set up where they had the meats roasting on over an open fire. They had buffalo, and they had pork leg, and they had capybara. So we did a short. A few years back, we also, when we were here in Colombia, in Bogota, we did a episode where I was eating chigüiro at Palos y Leños in Bogota. So I've had, let's see, have I had it other times besides having it on camera? I don't think so. So I had it that other time when we filmed it. No, I did. We went to Cajica, and in Cajica there was a couple of asaderos who had it. We ate it there. So we had it that first time in Bogota, then we had it in Cajica, and then most recently in Via de Leyva. And there is a short. There is a Trippy Food short where we're eating that. So check that out. Yeah. Steve. Give us the answer to the previous trivia question. Yes, of course. What onion dish was invented by Jeff Glowski in 1985 at New Orleans restaurant Russell's Marina Grill? Julie said French onion soup, and then changed her mind and said bloomin' onion. I don't see anybody else guessing. Iceland, did you guess? I didn't see you guess. It is, in fact, the blooming onion. The blooming onion was not invented by Outback Steakhouse. It was invented by Jeff Glowski in 1985 at the New Orleans restaurant, Russell's Marina Grill. They were doing something sort of like a blooming onion before that, but he was the first one to actually batter and fry that. Previous to that, they would just open the onion up and you would just like take pieces of the onion off. Doesn't sound like you get halfway through that onion, you're maybe not going to want like raw onion and just like, I don't know. I just don't see that as being a cool thing, but there we go. Oh, thank you, Janice. So Janice posted a link there. It's a minute long. And Steve, you can watch us eat capybara and buffalo. Nice smell. They do look like matchsticks. The nice thing is, I don't know if you can see this, they left the skin on the potato, which is, oh my God, that's good. Well, that's really good. Oh, these would be really nice in like a tomato soup. I mean, put ajiaco too, but then it's chicken on chicken action, right? A little bit salty. I don't see a warning on this stuff. This one, it's weird because in Colombia, everything has to have a warning on it that says like saturated fat or excess saturated fat, excess sugar, excess salt, sodium. And this has no warnings on it. So really, really nice. And I'm like, I want to save this and use it for soup. So that's gonna get a really big thumbs up. I just love that chickeny taste, the nice crunchiness of the potatoes and everything. Not greasy, not stale. Really, really nice. Big thumbs up. I saw the short. I'm sorry, I meant recently in Colombia. Well, that was recently in Colombia. The short it was like a couple weeks ago. We had that a couple weeks ago, and we filmed that here. So that I suppose that was recently, right? The other one we filmed. Janice didn't put this one up, but the other one we filmed was, I'm going to say maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It was that long ago, but this one was very recent. In neither one of them, you can actually see the capybara. So the tricky question was, what was Comestibles Rico's first product? Did anybody guess that? I don't see anybody guess that. Nashies is here. Welcome, Nashies. I'm glad you could make it. You're late. You think you're late. I'm 2 weeks late. And again, I got the sinus, this snot thing kind of happening and everything, but I missed you guys, and I really wanted to do this today, and I think I can. And so I'm like medicated on weird Colombian cough drops and weird Colombian antihistamines and decongestions and everything. And again, I'm just going to have to get used to the fact that when I change altitudes and everything, that this is going to happen. So, but it's all good. All right, I can hear the stuffy. I am doing the stuffy. And actually I'm light on the stuffy because I took the medication earlier today. So, but we're doing the best that we can. All right. So the question was, what was Comestibles Rico's first product? Nobody guessed. It was in fact Tan Ricas potato chips, chicken flavored chips. The chicken flavored chips and the chicken flavored these were launched in the 1970s. So I hope that helps. All righty. Let's see, just doing some housekeeping here. Housekeeping. This one's going to be fun. And I say that with hesitation. I hope it's going to be fun. I don't know what to expect. So the product is PayPay. And it's this, these are stickers. Okay, I see that these stickers were put on it because this is not a product of Colombia. This is a product of Spain. And the product line is called PayPay. And these are huevas de pescado. Huevos or huevas de pescado. Does anybody want to take a guess at what huevas de pescado means? Anybody? Anybody out there? I mean, I'll tell you, but anybody out there want to take a guess? Yes, Jules. Yes, Ice Hand. Yes, you are correct. No, she's not a sheep ball. I never did sheep ball episode. I'm gonna have to do a sheep ball episode. I've done plenty of stuff with bull testicles and llama testicles, and I think maybe there's even like rabbit testicles in there somewhere, but never did sheep. Gonna have to fix that. Yes, Angie, correct. Fish eggs. So this is Pepe Huevas de Pescado en aceite de girasol al limón, which is in sunflower oil and lemon. So Pepe is a product line of Conservas Cerquera, which was founded in 1890 in Vigo, Spain. So this is a product of Spain. So the trivia question is, because these are huevos de pescado, what is the sack called that contains the fish eggs? What is the sack called that has contained fish eggs? Now, let's get this open and try it. This is something that I can probably tell you, Claudia is not going to want the leftovers of this. Fish eggs typically are good because typically fish eggs is caviar, right? And there's different kinds. Like if you've ever gone to a grocery store and you've seen the cheap caviar, it's because like it's lumpfish, which are the black ones, salmon, which are the kind of orange ones. There's all different kinds. Or if you go to a sushi bar, there's all different kinds. The green ones are mixed with like that fake wasabi and everything. That's why they're green. But there's all different colors and all different sizes and everything else like that. And they are generally pretty good. If you don't like that ocean saltiness, you won't like them. But it's kind of like, I like to think of them as like ocean boba, right? It's ocean boba, like you have that little pop in your mouth, and then you get that kind of like seawater kind of flavor to that. And they're really, really good. Yes, Jules, it is the roe sack, but what is it called? I mean, what is that sack called? It's not called the roe sack because it is the roe sack, but what is that sack called? Okay, here we go. I don't want to get sunflower oil all over the place. This is very oily. Okay. This is not what I expected at all. So I'm looking at the front. No, I guess I should have expected this, right? I'm looking at the package. So basically, they took the roe sack and they sliced it. So it's almost like little sausages. So we just grab one of these. Try not to get sunflower oil all over the place. And again, it does have lemon in it. Looks like a little sausage. A little piece of sausage. Look at that. Well, you can't look at that. Here, look at that. That's what we're talking about. It's very gritty, and that grit is the eggs. Sack of fun. Sack of suds. It's the sack of suds. 10 points for anyone who knows what sack of suds is from. All right. That doesn't taste like sushi. That tastes like a hint of liver. A little bit livery. The eggs are chewy. The skin from the sack on the outside just kind of dissolves. There's really nothing to it. It's not like a sausage casing or anything like that. For some reason, I'm not really getting a lot of lemon flavor. So that's kind of weird. Row, you boat. Nobody knows what sack of suds is? Thank you. Ice Hand knows what it is. Sack of suds is from my cousin Vinny. It was the convenience store that got held up. We're sure it's not a fish ball. It is not a ball. It's not a ball or a cake. It's sort of like a sausage, which is basically that roe sack that's kind of sliced in little pieces. I like it. I don't know that you would like it. Well, I don't know. So some people like, if you really, really like seafood, you like all kinds of seafood and everything, you will probably like this. But the texture is a little strange because of the grittiness of the eggs. But the rest of it just kind of melts apart. It is kind of it's like a fish egg sausage, sort of. So I am going to give it a cautious thumbs up. I will give it a thumbs up trending downward only because I don't know if it's like everybody's cup of fish eggs. So I will give it a thumbs up trending downward. For me personally, it's a thumbs up. I'm going to have to try to figure out how not to get this all over the place, but it doesn't matter because I probably will. All right, so let's put that out of the way. And our trivia question was, what is the sack called that contains the fish eggs? Let's see. I think everybody's saying fish eggs. Julie said roe sack, and then Janice said ovary. Julie said skein. That might be true. I'm not sure. But Janice is closer, and it is, in fact, the ovaries. It is the ovaries of the fish. Don't make it the squid oil incident. No, like the squid oil and all over the keyboard and everything? No. I'm not going to try, but I can't make any promises that won't happen. All right, let's see. Where are we in? That was 4. It was 4 snacks. And we are now into our soft drink. And the good thing, I don't like the way that's popped up on the top. So this is a carbonated beverage. And I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if we can do it that way. Can you see the top of that bowed like that? I have a feeling this is going to explode when I try to open it. Anyways, this is Quatro toronja. Quatro toronja. Toronja is pink grapefruit. Yeah, I know. You can tell it's pink grapefruit just by looking at it, right? Pink grapefruit. I don't know. Whatever. Quatro toronja, pink grapefruit soda. Quatro was a canned fruit-flavored carbonated drink produced between 1982 and 1989 in the UK. It was produced by the Coca-Cola Company. It was green, but the name Quatro was because it was made from 4 fruits: pineapple, orange, passion fruit, and grapefruit. This current one is just grapefruit. I don't know if they have other flavors or not, but I just saw this one, and this one is pink grapefruit. The current incarnation of the Quatro brand has been sold and marketed in South America by the Coca-Cola Company since 1996, although it is considered a different brand. So it's not considered the same brand as Quatro was in the UK. It's separate, and it's sold only in South America. So we're going to open this and try this, but let's ask our trivia question right now, which is basically, what is the most widely consumed grapefruit-flavored soda? All right, here we go. Jules, you ready? You ready? You're going to do a screen grab of this stuff squirting in my face? I mean, seriously, it's like, it's bowed. It's like nothing good could come of this. You guys hearing that? That's not me. Is that it? That's all you got? You wimp. That's all they got. All right, let's give this a try. Here we go. Jules, you don't have to rate my pour on this. This is just soda. Let's see. This is made in South America, so I'm guessing cane sugar, but I could be wrong. Let's see. Ingredients. Where are your ingredients? Where are your ingredients? Oh, here we go. Carbonated water, sugar. Yes. Citric acid. And you know why there's citric acid in here? Because there's citric acid in everything. So citric acid. Let's see, what else? Natural flavors. Oh, so cool. And there's some other stuff, conservatives, stabilizers, things like that. But it sounds like it's pretty straightforward. Let's give it a shot. Not much of a smell, but it could be my sinuses too. It's funny, you guys see all these bubbles, right? But it tastes kind of flat for some reason. It does taste like pineapple. It does taste like grapefruit, but it's not as tart. I think pink grapefruit is sweeter than regular grapefruit. It is the color of regular grapefruit, though. It just doesn't have that tartness that grapefruit does. It's very light, and that could be a good thing, that it's very light. Nice effervescence, not over the top. Sometimes I like a lot of effervescence and everything. There's just enough in here. It's okay. No artificial sweeteners, so that's nice. You don't get that taste. That's pretty good. I'm going to give that a thumbs up. I just wish they had more of that grapefruit tartness to it, but the flavor's nice. The carbonation's nice and everything. The what is the viscosity is nice. So yeah, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Now, let's see how it. Now this is not tart, but it's bitter, and maybe they'll bring out the best in both. Let's see. All right, cheers. And they kind of cancel each other out. Now, how could that beer be bitter and that bitterness disappears when you're putting it in grapefruit soda? Doesn't make any sense. Maybe the mixture's all wrong. The carbonation's still there. It's not offensive at all. It tones down the bitterness of the beer, which is nice. It just had that beer flavor. It's almost like not a shandy. What do you call the rattler? Like a grapefruit rattler? Not rattler, like a rattlesnake. Rattler, R-A-D-L-E-R. It's almost like it almost kind of turns this into a grapefruit rattler. And it's nice. I think I like the beer better mixed with this soda in it. I think it improves that beer because it really takes away a lot of that bitterness from the beer. So the combo is going to get a thumbs up. Rarity, a rarity where they bitter beer sounds like a tongue twister. Well, Iceland, it reminds me of a commercial that John Cleese used to do for, I was like Lowenbrauer, one of the German beers. I can't remember exactly which one it was. And he said their motto was better, not bitter. And he went up this whole rant and he said, doesn't taste very much like an old shoe. That one we tossed out. So it was like, he was talking about the marketing campaign, which I thought was pretty funny. But it was like better, not bitter was the, somebody looked that up for me. Whose beer campaign that was where their slogan was better, not bitter. And they had a bunch of commercials with John Cleese, who's doing the, I love calling my ex-girlfriend on the phone. It's good to know we are still friends. It is good to know. And it's good. That's good, Sonic. I'm glad. And by the way, Sonic, welcome to the room. Shouldn't drink snakes. No, you should not. Unless you put them through a blender first and maybe cook them. And they're not toxic. Like you take out the venom sacs and stuff like that if it's a poisonous snake. You should not do that. But maybe like a rattler smoothie. That might be pretty good, Jules. All right. The trivia question was, what is the most widely consumed grapefruit soda? Let's see. Miguel Rangel, Julie said Fresca. Miguel Rangel said Squirt. Janice Yamanaka said Squirt. It is, in fact, Squirt. The most consumed grapefruit-flavored soft drink is Squirt, created in 1938. There we go. Okay. Kronenberg. Oh, thank you, Nashies. Kronenberg beer. So when you get a chance, guys, look that up and see if you can find some of those old John Cleese commercials for Kronenberg beer, where he was saying their ad campaign was better, not bitter, because they were pretty funny. All right. So we are at the halfway mark. We are at 4:10 p.m. We're doing great. We are doing just fine. I am not concerned whatsoever. What did I just do? I messed something up. All right, here we go. Housekeeping. Oh, okay. This one's going to be fun. And I say this one's going to be fun because look at this bag. Seriously, look at this bag. I'm just guessing here, but I think this may be like a change of altitude thing where the air in the bag has expanded, but this thing's going to explode and somebody's going to get hurt. Hey, Val, your video and audio aren't in sync. That's better than about a half an hour ago when we had no audio or video. Hopefully it will catch up. All right, here we go. I'm a little bit nervous about this. I'm just nervous about opening the bag. So this is Krost is the company, and these are batata barbecue. Does anybody know what batata means? Batata is a Spanish word for something that we have an English name for. Does anyone know what batata is? Batata, not potato, batata. Anybody? Batata? Anybody? Boom goes the bag of chips. Like my hair's gonna go whoosh, it's gonna have these chips in there. Are they potato chips? They're not necessarily potato chips. Papa, that's good, Miguel. Papa is potato, but the reason they don't call these papas is because it's a little bit different than a potato. Batata is like a potato. That is correct, Angie, but it is sweet. So if you put those together, put those two things together, it is a sweet potato. So a sweet potato is different than the orange ones that people like at Thanksgiving. constantly say, we're having yams. It's like, you're not having yams. Yams are for Africa and they're not orange. You're having sweet potatoes. So these are, I guess, fried. Excess sodium, not excess saturated fat, but they certainly look fried on the bag. Oh, let's see. Does it even say? Oh, batata is the main ingredient. That's okay. Artificial barbecue flavor. Now I'm disappointed. All right. So this is from Krost Snacks. Krost Snacks was founded in 2023 by Natalia Malcun Montoya in Barranquilla, Colombia. And so the trivia question is, from where is the sweet potato native? From where is the sweet potato native? Banana chips are very good. They don't do banana chips down here so much as like in Cuba or in the Caribbean. They do a lot of the banana chips. Even in like, if you go to, if you live in the LA area and you go to a place like Porto's, they always serve it with like banana chips, fried plantains. But not like they call them plátanos maduro, which it's funny because they're really soft. They're soft and sweet. I'm nervous about this. I really am. This bag is gonna go. You guys ready? Gonna get a screen grab. You guys gonna want a screen grab. So I would just stab it really quick, but that's definitely gonna make it explode. Be careful with the knife, Eugene. Here we go. It doesn't wanna go in there. I don't have like a needle or something like that. Let's try this. I'm just gonna kind of cut the end. There we go. And all right. Without incident, although that's probably disappointing for you guys because you would have liked to see an incident, but there we go. Sweet Georgia potato. That's sweet Georgia potato. I know there's lyrics to it. I just don't know the lyrics. I just know that is Sweet Georgia Brown. It used to be, whose theme song was Sweet Georgia Brown? Whose theme song was Sweet Georgia Brown? I'll give you a clue. It was a sports team. There was a sports team whose theme was Sweet Georgia Brown. And whenever they would play Sweet Georgia Brown. Yes, Janice, 10 points, Harlem Globetrotters. Ooh, those are crunchy. Ice Hand, 10 points to you too. Would you rather sit down to a tub of ice cream or a plate of pork? Me personally, depends on the flavor of ice cream. If not, the plate of pork. Well, those have a weird flavor. Let's see. Tomato powder, paprika, something with milk protein, cebolla powder, onion powder, natural flavor, ajo en polvo, color acida. I don't see any sweeteners in here. You know, they have a weird sweetness. And I know that that sweet potatoes do have a sweetness to them. These are like really hard crunchy. And I don't say that's like a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just really like when you see a chip like this, you're expecting it to have like a light crunch, and it has a really hard crunch. So Steve Russell kind of delved into that for me. So tell me what flavor ice cream and how is the pork prepared? How about pork flavored ice cream? Don't laugh. Okay, you know what? These are good. You figure out after you eat enough of them that the sweetness is based on the fact that it's a sweet potato. So right now, like at first you're thinking like, this is a chip and it's sweet, but it's kind of weird. And then you realize that it just tastes like a sweet potato. So that's not bad at all. Lightly salty, really hard crunch, which is not a negative. Actually, it's a positive. It's like it adds some texture to it as you're eating it, and some wonderful ASMR. I think I can forgive the fact that it's an artificial barbecue flavor. I think I'm going to give it a thumbs up because those are pretty tasty. I think I am going to give those a thumbs up. I made some peach ice cream. It's so good. I love peach ice cream. Oh, Tom's back. Oh, Tom was the one that said I made some peach ice cream. I didn't realize it. Well, welcome back, Tom. I'm glad you're back. Well, we got 15 people in the room. That's nice. All right. So the question was, from where is the sweet potato native? Let's see. Jules said Ecuador. Nashi said Central and South America. Janice Yamanaka said Central and South America. You're all somewhat correct without really having the emphasis on Central America and mostly South America. But they're native to what is present day Ecuador. Ecuador, from present day Ecuador. All right, let's move on. How are we doing on time? Oh, we got 45 minutes. We're doing great. All right, as long as we're on the barbecue subject. We're going to try something with excess sodium and excess saturated fat. So these are from Carulla. Those of you who from Colombia, or those of you who have been to Colombia, know that Carulla is a grocery chain. It's a very, very large grocery chain. They're not as big as, well, they are pretty big. Some of them are pretty big. A lot of them are like smaller ones, but it's still a large grocery chain. These are Carulla chicharrones de cerdo barbecue. Now, I don't know why they say de cerdo, because that's like pork. And most of the time it is pork. Like, I think you would have to specify if it was not pork that it's something else. And we'll see that here in a minute. So these are pork chicharrones. Chicharrones, again, is the fried skin with the fat and a little bit of the meat still on it. And it's barbecue flavored. Now, Carulla was founded in 1905 by Jose Carulla Vidal. So it's not just a catchy name. In Bogota, Colombia. It was Carulla Vivero, and then it was acquired in 2006 by Almacenes Éxito, which means that it's now part of Éxito. So if you go to like a big city like Bogota, you're going to find Éxito and you're going to find Carulla, and they're all owned by the same company now. So here's a question for you, tricky question for you. From where did the term barbecue originate? Again, from where did the term barbecue originate? Let's see. Any flavor in the pork comes from any area of the pig and cooked in various ways. Okay. Any flavor ice cream. I can't be specific, Steve, because there's some ice cream flavors I'm not crazy about, and there's some ways pork is prepared that I'm not crazy about either. So I don't know. That's a hard question to answer if I don't have an idea of how the pork, like, are we talking about pork tenderloin? Are we talking about like lechon? Like how, what are we talking about for the pork? And as far as the flavor of the ice cream goes, are we talking about vanilla? Or are we talking about durian? So it's a really hard question to answer. So if you give me a choice between two flavors and preparation, I can probably give you an answer. I think I'm probably inclined to go with the pork dish, but again, if it's a pork dish that I don't particularly find looks attractive or something, I'm gonna skip that. Can you tell Tom? Tom, do you have live chat on, or do you have what's the other one? Top chat. Do you have live chat or top chat on, Tom? Step into a Slim Jim. All right. The hatch chicharrones I got from Costco were good. Had a spicy bite, but not overwhelming. Great hatch flavor. Yeah, I mean, it's the flavor of hatch chilies. They're delicious. Okay. Value should review fried pickles, beef jerky sticks, and Oreo cookies and cream together. Because I think we've done fried pickles. We've done hundreds of beef jerky sticks. As a matter of fact, we got one here. And Oreo cookies. You said Oreo cooks ice cream. I think you mean Oreo cookies and cream. Jules, did we do that? Did we do Oreo cookies and cream? Which is basically Oreos. Covered the history of sweet potato and barbecue during Black History Month this year. So you know the answer to this question. I'm going to make some jalapeno peach ice cream. That sounds awesome. That sounds really awesome. That's what I need to get. I need to get an ice cream maker so I can make these unusual flavors like pork. All right, let's just try these. Look at Janice being specific. Your favorite flavor ice cream and your favorite pork dish. Ooh, that's a tough one. My favorite flavor ice cream is probably, and I'm just going to go with a common flavor ice cream. You know, because I like licorice flavored ice cream. I like durian flavored ice cream and everything. But my favorite common flavor ice cream is probably pistachio, and my favorite preparation of pork is the meat off the pig's head from lechon. Now, if I have to make a choice between those two, I don't know if I can. Let's see. Pistachio ice cream or I'm going to go with the pork. I'm going to go with the pork. That crunchiness of the skin, the sweetness of the meat off the pig's face. Yeah, I'm going to go with pork. But that's what I'm talking about. That's a good combination. That's a good question. Okay. All right, look, liver trotters. They have like a dustiness to them. I'm getting a barbecue flavor though. I specifically like malted dairy ice cream from Northern Nevada. No, not tried that. Chocolate. It was not the best ice cream, but it reminds me of my mom. There you go. That's the thing about foods. Like growing up, my mom used to make different foods for us and everything, and so those will always have a certain memory. If you guys have not seen that, because they get recorded right after my mom died, which had been July of last year, Julie and I did a live stream where we ate my mom's favorite foods, and one of those was hot Italian sausage with pepper and onions in a roll, and those always remind me of my mom when I have those. I'm not getting a really barbecue flavor in that. There's a tanginess to it. No, not a really strong barbecue flavor. They're nice flavored chicharron. I think I'm going to give them a thumbs up, trending downward. A thumbs up because they're good. They're tasty. But trending downward because I'm not really getting that barbecue flavor which should be there. So thumbs up, trending downward on those. Now, the question was, from where did the term barbecue originate? Let's see. Miguel Rangel said the South, and I assume you mean the Southern United States. Nashi said the Caribbean. Ice Hen said the Caribbean. Let's see. Janice Yamanika says it comes from the Spanish word barbacoa, derived from the Taino people of the Caribbean. I think that's it. Forgive me if... Are you sure you're not eating rocks? Well, Claudia, Mrs. Trippy Food hasn't stormed the door down yet and killed me, so probably not. Let's eat fried pickles, corn dogs, and fish and chips. That sounds good. I'd love that. Making that happen right now, though, would be really difficult. I don't know, that like, would that be kind of a boring? That's like fair food, I suppose. It'd be like fair food. But Sonic, would it be kind of boring for a live stream like that? All right, where did the term barbecue originate? The term barbecue, so Janice, you're partially right. The term barbecue originates from the Spanish word barbacoa, which itself is derived from the Taino word barabicu, referring to a wooden framework used for meat over a fire. So you're right, but not directly right. Started with the Taino word barabicu, and then the Spanish took that word and changed it and called it barbacoa. But it was in the Caribbean. I think you're all right. I think everyone has a correct answer. So, what is the best fried fish that doesn't taste so fishy? Ooh, that's a good question. Best fried fish that doesn't taste so fishy. I don't mind a fishy taste, you know. Best fried fish that doesn't taste so fishy. Maybe salmon? I don't know if I've ever had fried salmon, like, you know, like deep fried salmon, like they do with like a mojarra frita or something like that. But I bet that wouldn't. I bet, because salmon has a kind of a unique flavor that's not really that fishy. Let me give you a word of advice, though. So, especially Sonic, and I don't know if you've done this or not, but let me ask you this. have you ever gotten a fried fish, like a fried fish dish, whether it's red fish or mojarra frita, which I think is tilapia, where they deep fry the whole fish and eaten the fins? And I know you guys think I'm crazy, but those fins are like oceanic potato chips. They're just so good. They're crunchy. It's not like you get the like sharp spines in your mouth or anything like that. It just falls apart like potato chips. They do have a slight fish flavor, but not a really strong fish flavor and everything. Really, really good. I think I would like at some point in time, I don't know, I'd have to go to a place that like takes off the fins, and I'd just go like, hey, when you take off the fins, would you just save me a bowl of those fins? And I'm going to take them home and fry them. Haddock's really good, Jules. I like haddock, and that is kind of like bluefish you wouldn't want to fry, because bluefish is a soft and oily fish, and it would just fall apart in the fryer, I think. Yeah, food definitely holds memories, Nashies. Food and smell. Smell certainly does too. Do you like those fried jalapeno crisps that you put on salsa and casseroles? Steve, I'm going to tell you that I used to get them at Ralph's. I try to remember what the brand is, but you're supposed to put it on stuff, and then or Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's has them in a can. And sometimes I'll just eat them as a snack. The fried jalapeno crisps. Yeah, absolutely, Steve. Those are really, really good. Like ammonia, bad to the very last bite. So the thing about ammonia is fish should never taste like ammonia, right? That's how you can tell if fish has gone bad. Fish, shrimp, whatever it is, if it's ammoniated and it has that smell, it's bad. I once went to, I don't remember whose birthday party it was. Might even have been mine. And one of the people there got some fish and chips, and they broke the piece of fish apart. And I just said, don't what? Don't eat that. Like, why not? I go, because it's bad. She says, how do you know it's bad? I said, because I can smell it from here. It's ammoniated. It's not good. It's bad. Don't eat it. And so when the waiter came back, I'm like, smell that fish? That's bad, right? And he says, yeah, it is. I'm very, very sorry. I'll bring you some more. So, okay. So he goes back to the kitchen a little bit later, comes back out with another basket of the fish and chips. She breaks into that one. I'm going, that one's bad too. So when the waiter came back over, I go like, look, you think you have a bad batch of fish. So I think like all the fish that you're using for fish and chips, I think you have a bad batch of fish. So can she order something else? And she did. But, they were nice about it, and I was nice about it. I wasn't like, I want to talk to the manager. The waitress was really nice about it and everything, and we fixed it. But, again, sitting across from the table, I could smell that ammonia and just go like, that fish is bad. Don't eat that. Most fish isn't very fishy if it's fresh, but pollock is a good choice. Well, pollock is Julie loves surimi, and surimi is the fake crab meat, and that's made with pollock. And so basically it's cooked, I don't know if it's cooked with crab shells or something to kind of give it that crab flavor and everything, but she prefers the surimi, which is pollock. She prefers that to actual crab legs. So, it is what it is. All right. From Spain barbecue, I think maybe we've lost some stuff, and I think we covered that already. And I think my nose is running. There we go. All right. Flash fry a tuna steak, but make sure to flash overcook them, and might as well eat a shoe. Yeah. So are you talking about you say a tuna steak. So there's different types of meat from the tuna. So if you're talking about like the ahi meat, that red meat, like you might want to sear that in a pan. And I don't know about frying it per se, but I would say sear that in a pan so that it's still like raw in the middle and everything. And that's just like outstanding. But, tuna is kind of weird. It's like, depends on what kind of tuna it is and what cut of the tuna, like tuna tenderloin or something. I don't know, whatever. How do you know when pastrami has gone bad? When you buy it, you can tell it's gone bad. It actually hasn't gone bad. The thing is that some people just can't handle the smell. It's fermented. And then that's the idea, is it ferments it to keep it from going bad. And so it's completely edible when it's fermented. It's just that some people just can't deal with the smell of the fermentation. So as a matter of fact, not only does it not go bad being over fermented, it falls apart. So basically when you open that can, it's just soup. It's just bones and fish soup. when you open the can. So and that's not as good because it's in like a brine, like a salt brine, and so you've got to eat this kind of salty soup as opposed to eating the fillets of the herring, which is what it is. So yeah, surströmming doesn't go bad, and it's because it's fermented to preserve it. You trying to get me kicked out of New England? I would never, Jules. I would, and besides, those big crab legs aren't from New England anyway, so you're good. You're good to go. By the way, my uncle Scurvy invented barbecue. Your uncle Scurvy? I thought he invented citrus fruit. Saw a cat refuse to eat surströmming. Yeah, I mean, I can understand that because of the strong smell. Animals were just like no, I'm not going to eat that. That doesn't smell right to me. So that makes perfect sense to me. Have you tried it, Nancy's? Have you tried surströmming? I have tried it. I think we have an episode. We have an episode where we tried surströmming. And again, that was an episode where everything kind of fell apart. So we had to kind of scoop out the meat and put it on the lefts, which is like the Scandinavian flatbread, and then put all the other stuff on it that typically they would eat. They would eat it with. I think it was. I'm trying to remember, like tomatoes, potatoes, some other stuff, and it's kind of like a burrito. And then we just kind of dipped it in the can to get that, that flavor and everything. So we did do a surströmming episode. So you can watch that. I don't puke. I don't go or anything like that. So I'm very fortunately allergic to seafood. That is very unfortunate. So I would hate that. Isn't Uncle Scurvy in Aerosmith? Is it Uncle Scurvy? I think you're right, Jules. I mean, Tom. Is it Uncle Scurvy? Julie would know. Julie, is that an Aerosmith song, Uncle Scurvy? It's Uncle. Oh, it's Uncle Salty. Uncle Salty is the, and that probably means something else. It's probably an illusion, not illusion. Allusion. It's an allusion to something else. I think something like that. So it's yeah, Uncle Salty. All right. Let's see. Ooh, okay, here we go. So I was mentioning chicharron. I was mentioning that it's mostly pork. So now we're going to do this. The company is called Bencos. And this is, if you'll notice the spelling, this is chicharrin jalapeno. Now, I don't know if they spelled it like that because there's no pork in here. As far as I can tell, it's vegan. It does not say vegan on here, but as far as I can tell, it's vegan. Let's see. The ingredients are harina de maíz, which is, 1 second, which is corn flour, salt, bicarbonata de sodio, sodium bicarbonate, colorante, artificial coloring, amarillo, FD&C. Amarillo is yellow. Aceite vegetal, which is vegetable oil. Sabor polvo, natural picante. Natural picante. I'm not sure. So I think it is a corn flour chip that is flavored with jalapeno. Now, notice again that it is spelled chicharrin, and it might be chicharrin for the same reason that log cabin syrup or Aunt Jemima syrup is not called Aunt Jemima maple syrup. They can't legally say maple syrup because there's no maple in it. And it's possible they can't legally say chicharron because there's no pork in here, right? That's my guess. So, speaking of chicharron, from what part of the pig does chicharron typically come from? From what part of the pig does chicharron typically come from? Is there a buffet? Is there a buffet style restaurant you like more than others? Buffet style restaurant. I do like some of the Asian buffet restaurants. Like there's one, not ABC. There's one in Koreatown in Los Angeles that is amazing. Everyone goes in there when they have the king crab legs and they just eat the king crab legs. It's about $20, all you can eat, but buffet style. But I think it's like a Korean. I won't give you a specific one, but I will say like the Korean buffet style. I love those, the Korean buffet style. No smell. My nose is starting to stuff up too. So. Now, I know this doesn't have pork in it, so I'm not going to expect it to. I'm not going to hold. Ooh, that is a sneaky heat. I had one piece and that heat came in. Now, I'm getting the heat. I'm not getting that kind of fruity pepper flavor from chicharron. I mean, from the jalapeno. We're so sorry, Uncle Scurvy. Hey, speaking about Paul McCartney songs, we have an episode coming up. I'll try to get that edited and out pretty quickly. When I was in Liverpool, where I was staying, Dave, one of the people who lived where I was staying, we went into a convenience store and he says, hey, they had this butter pie. Have you ever heard of butter pie before? And I said, yeah, I have. In the song Uncle Albert, something and a butter pie. The butter wouldn't melt, so I put it in a pie. So I have heard butter pie before. I had no idea. You know, with Paul McCartney, it could mean something completely different. It could be like, you know, a euphemism or something. But there's actually a thing called butter pie. And so while I was in Liverpool, when I was in Liverpool, we actually tried the butter pie. So we'll have an episode coming up for you in doing the butter pie. It was lovely. I'm going to have some of that tea with the honey and lemon in it. Got to clear those sinuses, Nashies. Absolutely right. From the cheech part of the pig. The cheech part? Up across from the chong part. All right. These have a nice flavor. I'm sorry. I'm getting, you know, the flavor of corn. I'm getting the corn flavor. I'm getting heat. I'm not getting a jalapeno flavor. I'm not expecting them to taste like pork, so they don't. And that's okay. I'm still going to give them a thumbs in the middle. I'm going to give them a thumbs in the middle because if you're not going to put the pork flavor in there and you're going to say it's jalapeno, give me that jalapeno flavor, and they don't. So nice level of heat, nice crunch, nice flavor, but not they just hit the mark. And it's going to get thumbs in the middle for me. All right, so. The question was, what part of the pig is the chicharron? I like the Cheech and Chong one answer, but Miguel Rangel said skins. Janice Yamanaka said skin. Looks like the only ones that answered. I'm going to say you're partially correct because it does have skin there, but it also has meat and fat, and it's typically from the pork belly. So pork belly is usually where that skin, meat, and fat are from. Like from the, but those are more like cracklins. So the chicharron, I think, is just the skin, and the cracklins are the, you know, a little bit of meat, and a little bit of fat attached to that. Typically, it's pork belly. All right. Let's see. Went to Calabash a few weeks ago. Ate 21 clusters of crab legs for under $50. And man, if it's an all you can eat. Yeah, starve yourself before you go in there and just go to town. I don't know if there's like any kind of hazardous thing for that. So when Paul McCartney is involved, is most likely a euphemism. Well, again, Nashies, it's funny you mentioned that. So I will have a general Liverpool tour episode. It's going to take me a long time to edit that one. It's going to take me like a couple hours to edit that one. But one of the places we go to a lot of the Beatles locations. So we went to Eleanor Rigby's grave site. We went to the place where Paul and John first met I can't remember the name of the church, St. James, I think, the St. James Church Garden Feet, where they met. So we went there. We went to Matthew Street, so we went to the Cavern Club. But one of the places, I'm sorry. So we did the Beatles stuff, but we also did other Liverpool stuff as well. So it's just full of all kinds of Liverpool stuff. Well, when we were doing the Beatles stuff, one of the places we went to was Penny Lane. And so most of the things sung about Penny Lane, you can see from the roundabout. So the roundabout is still there. It's closed. There's nothing in it right now. I think it used to be a deli or a cafe or something like that, but it's closed now. And then the barbershop's right across the street. The fire station is a couple doors down. The bank is right there and everything. And so you can see all the things that he sang about in the song. Now, on the building that was closed, they had the lyrics for Penny Lane on the side of the building. And when they got to the part where a 4-fish and finger pie, I was like, why did they print those lyrics? Did they not know what Paul McCartney was singing about that? There is not a dish that you can get in Liverpool called finger pie. It means something completely different. But, and I don't know how to this day it gets played on the radio without somebody catching that and going, wait, do you know what that means? I mean, there's a 4-fish, which is basically like fish fingers. And there's just 4 of them, 4 fish fingers. That's a 4-fish. But the finger pie thing, yeah, that's something Paul McCartney slipped into the song that is questionable, very questionable. So there we go. Didn't have any liver in the pools. Liverpool. Maybe that's because of the color of the pools. So it's on the Mersey, but the Mersey is so close to the ocean that it has a tide, and when it goes out in the mud, maybe that's where the term Liverpool comes from. The pools of that color water, I think maybe is what it is. Don't offend me, Tom. It's a great intro or line, whatever. And their I don't want to say motto, but the symbol of their city is the Lever Bird. The Lever Bird sits on top of the tallest building in Liverpool, and the Lever Bird is now a cormorant. If you don't know what a cormorant is, you've probably seen them. If you live near any body of water, especially ones close to the coast, it's a black bird, long bill, sort of like a pelican. They have that throat that opens up, that pouch that opens up in the throat. You can see them. They go up and then they dive straight down, and they're underwater for a few minutes, and then they come up and they usually have fish in them. You can see them. Usually they're on a log or something, and they have their wings spread out. They're drying their feathers after they come up. It's a black long-necked bird that's called a cormorant. So the reason that the Lever Bird is the cormorant is because the king at the time had, on his crest, had what he called the Lever Bird, and the Lever Bird was supposed to be an eagle, but it was so poorly drawn that when they had to redraw it, the person saw it and goes, "Oh, that's a cormorant." So they redrew that as the Lever Bird, and then to kind of get around that, they said, "Oh no, Lever Bird is something else. It might look like a cormorant, but it's not. It's a Lever Bird. It's something completely different." So there you go. When are you back in the USA, Val? Probably next month. I think next month, yeah. So we'll be doing more stuff back in the USA next month. And more stuff from here in the meantime. All right. What do we got? We got one. I think I answered the question. What part of the pig is chicharron? Pork belly, right? Okay. So we have one more. Let's see. We got 15 minutes. We're good. I thought we lost a lot of time when we lost the internet and everything, but we're good. We have plenty of time. We're on our last item. Who was talking about doing jerky or meat sticks or whatever? So that's what we're doing next. So this is Porchi Cábano jalapeno. Cábano jalapeno. Cábano is Spanish for cabbage. This doesn't make any sense. I don't think there's any cabbage in here. Look at the ingredients. Oh, it's so tiny. I don't think there's cabbage in here. I could be wrong, but that would be weird. So yeah, this is Porchi is a product line of éxito, which means success in Spanish. So if you're in Bogota, there's éxitos all over the place, and there's an éxito. I think they call éxito express, which is a smaller, like almost convenient size éxito. Those of you who ever listen to, like in the LA area, who listen to the Spanish radio, like Mexican stations and stuff like that, or Spanish-speaking stations, if they play music, they play Latin music and everything, they play the hits and they go más éxitos, which means more hits. They play more hits than anybody else. But the name actually, éxito actually means success. So éxito was founded as a textile business originally in 1949 by Gustavo Toro Quintero in Medellin, Colombia, but it is now currently Colombia's largest supermarket chain. So again, this is Cábano jalapeno. It has excess sodium in it. It has excess saturated fat. We're going to eat a little bit of it. Since it's jalapeno, let me ask this question. What is the difference between a red jalapeno and a green jalapeno? And do not say one is red and one is green. I mean, it's not like I'm going to kick you off the channel or anything. I think to this day, we've been doing this for a long time, and this is what I love about you guys. To this day, We have only banned one person from the channel. And there was somebody who, I guess, I don't know if they were doing it to be funny or they were doing it to get likes. They were doing it to get, they leaving comments to get likes. But it was like this fantasy world that like it was funny the first 2,000 or 3,000 times, and then it stopped getting funny. And I suggested, look, you seem to be an intelligent person and everything, and you seem to have like good opinions on stuff and everything. Why don't you just stick to that? And they didn't want to do that. So I did not ban them from the channel. I just blocked them from being able to leave comments because they didn't know how to leave a good comment. You know, it was just, it was all like, you know, I mean, just completely irrelevant. They left a lot of stuff like, oh, tell Matthew this, reckless eating. No, we have the board meeting on of reckless eating and stuff like that. I'm like, this is Trippy food. If you would like to, you know, make jokes or stories about reckless eating, go on reckless eating and do that. But it got tiring after a while, and so we did not ban them. They can still see the channel and everything. We just can't leave comments because it just got a little bit tiring. All right, here we go. Should we just like snap into a Slim Jim or just cut a piece off? I'll cut a piece off just to be nice. Hey, I'm going to say Fanta, Florida. I might be wrong, but that's what I'm going to say, Fanta, Florida. And I have not, correct me if I'm wrong, if that's just kind of a short way of saying Fanta, Florida. I have not seen you before in the chat, so Fanta, Florida. Where are you from and what brings you to the channel? I'm expecting a jalapeno in here. I don't see any in the cross section. I see little bits of fat. I don't see any jalapeno. Fanta flat. Oh, okay. With the soda? It's missing something, you know, like jalapeno. Where is it? I'm gonna try one more piece here. And again, I'm gonna apologize to you guys that, you know, I'm doing this live stream with the congestion and everything, but I was going crazy not having done this for 2 weeks. And so I missed you guys and I wanted to do it again. So, you know, I figured if I can get through it, okay, then we're good. So. Favorite fruit juice drink? Flat Fanta. I'm dead. Okay. It has a jalapeno finish. It has that heat finish. But it doesn't have a strong flavor, and it doesn't have that jalapeno bite while you're eating it. I'm kind of disappointed there. I like the casing. I like the texture of it. I just don't like that the jalapeno heat comes in afterwards, but I'm not really getting a lot of the jalapeno flavor. So I'm gonna have to give that a thumbs in the middle. It's not terrible. It's not bad. It's supposed to be jalapeno, and I'm just not getting that. I'm getting the heat at the end. I'm not getting the flavor at all. So yeah, thumbs in the middle on that one. All right. So I asked what the difference is between a red jalapeno and it kicks in after a while. The question is, what is the difference between a red jalapeno and a green jalapeno? So Nashi says ripeness. Miguel Rangel says overripe. Janice Yamanak said the red jalapeno is ripe. Yeah, you're all correct. It is a red jalapeno is simply a green jalapeno that has been left to ripen on the vine. So as it ripens, it turns red. Now, the reason you don't see as much of these in the grocery store is because if they pick them when they're red and ship them, they don't last as long when they ship. So they pick them when they're green, being that they stay longer, as opposed to if they're completely ripe and they're red, they don't last very long. And so that's why in the grocery store, you're typically not going to see red jalapenos. If you go to like a Latin American grocery or something, you have a stronger chance of getting the red jalapeno. Understand though, that when the jalapeno ripens to where it's red, it's going to have more heat. So if you ever look at the Scoville scale or the Scoville heat units for a jalapeno, and there's a range, the red jalapeno is going to be on the hot, from where you're looking, maybe it's this, I don't know. The red is going to be on the high end of the scale, and the green is going to be on the lower end of the scale. So, same with bell pepper. Yeah, I've seen, I mean, there's all kinds of colors for bell pepper, orange, red, purple. I've seen all kinds of colors of red. I like mango juice drinks. Yeah, well, who wouldn't? All right, so it is 4:52. We have 8 minutes left, just enough time to do, you know what? We are going to do it. We're going to do gout mélange. What is the Spanish version of gout mélange? Maybe there isn't one. All right, so I'm going to cut up a little bit of this, a little bit of this in my goop, a little bit of this in my mélange. I don't know, maybe I can develop that into something a little later. I don't want to drop this on the floor because Doodle might think, oh, that's tasty. The last time something like that happened, I was filming an episode with Tom. We were doing his burger ring, which was basically a cheeseburger inside an onion ring, which was awesome, and it was fun to do. So, but we decided we were going to use like a hot cheese. When I say a hot cheese, I don't mean like melted cheese. I mean like spicy cheese. I don't remember if Tom used jalapeno cheese, but I found scorpion pepper cheese at the market, and I used the scorpion pepper cheese, and I had it cut into a ring, and Doodle climbed up on the table, and he saw that, and he grabbed a piece, and he started eating it, you know, because he loves cheese. And it was about 5 minutes later, I see him on the floor, and he's like pawing at his face and licking the side of his face, trying to get that on. I did say hot cheese. That's a reckless eating. I don't know what you would call that. What you call it, right? Eli is here. Well, you missed everything, but we're doing gout mélange, so we're kind of refresh that for you. So here is the Bencos chicharron jalapeno. That is not very jalapeno-like. That should just break apart. That does. Do a couple more. There was a pizza place called Hot Cheese Night, my sister's apartment. Huh, interesting. You know, my favorite name for a pizza place, Jules, it's the Pizza Man. Would you consider doing that again? What was it that I did that you want me to consider doing again? I didn't do anything that I wouldn't consider doing again, so my guess is I would, but I'm just not sure what you're referring to. Oh, the burger ring. Oh, yes, absolutely. Is Tom, are you still here? Tom, if you're still here, talk about the fiery burger ring. About how good it was, how good it turned out. I mean, Tom and I have done a lot of collaborations together. We've done some stuff that was like we will never do this again, and this is horrible. Eli, I did that a long time ago. I did at the same time. I did a Schlenkerla float, and I did a Mountain Dew float. I did them both at the same time. So, Janice, can you see if you can find those two episodes? The Schlenkerla, whatever it is, the Schlenkerla beer float and the Mountain Dew float. We did it a long time ago. Okay, the batata BBQ, which is the barbecue sweet potato. I think this is going to be like a snack mix kind of thing. I can't think of anything that would throw this off. The fish roe is going to be interesting, or not the fish roe, but the egg sack is going to be interesting. You did miss it, Eli, apparently, but we're trying to find it for you, I think. Top the goop with dog powder. Oh, yes, good idea. Thank you very much, Isan, for reminding me. We do have the dog powder. For those of you who just stepped in, he's talking about a powdered beef that they sell for dogs, which we tried at the very, very beginning, which is really not part of our thing, but we did it at the very beginning. So here's the potato sticks, the chicken flavored potato sticks, which are outstanding. And now here's our onion rings. Let's see, do I still have the beef powder? I do. I still have the beef powder here. Here's our onion rings. I need something to wash my hands. I did not bring something to wash my hands with. which is disappointing. Now I got like stuff all over my hands. So here's what I'm going to do. Thank you very much, Janice. So Janice just posted the link for the Schlenkerla and Mountain Dew floats. So check that out when you get a chance. I need, let's see. Okay, the chicken with mushrooms and wine. Pate, I think, maybe. I don't know. Let's get a little of that in there. I think I like the texture of that better than like some canned chicken. I think I like this better. It makes would make a good sandwich. Let's not forget our fish roe. In the roe sack. In the roe sack. Here we go. Let's put a couple in there. If we can get that out. Can we get that out? We can get that out. We can do anything. We're gods. Oh yeah? Clap. So you can tell me what that's from. We can do anything. We're gods. Oh yeah? Clap. What was that from? I'm gonna put some arepa in there too. Why not? I'm gonna put some arepa in there. We might as well do a little of everything that we've covered today, right? We did cover arepa earlier, which we put the beef sprinkles on. So I'm going to put some of the beef sprinkle on there. All right. And am I forgetting anything? Yes. We did banana. We put the beef sprinkles on the banana. So I'm going to put some banana in there. I can find my knife. Who stole my knife? I'm going to close my eyes and count to 4. And then whoever stole my knife, please put it back. All right, here we go. And again, not a Cavendish banana. These are the local bananas. Really, really good. We miss so much stuff in the U.S. Like the corn. Oh my God. I can't even talk about the corn. I get too excited. Doodle has a knife run. Julie, what do you put in the pill when you have to give your dad a pill? Never mind what she puts in it. It's how she delivers it. I'm going to take that out just because it has little hairs in it. That's the chicharron, by the way. The pork chicharron, not the fake chicharron. Has little hair sticking out of it. Not that, like, I consider it inedible or everything. I just don't want the texture of little hairs in my mouth. All right, I think I got everything. I did. Let's have you guys take a look at that. Doesn't that look tasty? All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to use a spoon. Let's see, I have a big spoon here somewhere. Thought I did. Thought I brought a big spoon. Oh well, I used a little spoon. We think you're getting old, Eli. The drawbacks of having long hair, Nashies. I'm going to say that altogether, it's remarkably bland. I mean, there's a lot of cool textures in there, but it's really bland. You would think, like the fish roe, that little piece of fish roe, you'd think that. I don't know. I'm just it's kind of bland. It's like meh. It's thumbs in the middle. There's just nothing to that. Popping in a hot dog. There we go. All righty. We are at 3 p.m. Pacific time. 6 p.m. Is it right? I don't know. Whatever. We've gone 2 hours. And it's been really, really fun joining you guys again. I have really missed talking to you guys. We had some new people come in today, which I think was kind of cool. And I hope we will see them again soon. They're welcome. Put the goop in the basket. I hope we will see them again soon. Again, couldn't ask for a better community than you guys. You guys are amazing. You're awesome. And I love you guys. I just really I was going out of my head having to not do the show for 2 weeks, but I'm glad that I'm back. Even a little snotty, but still back. And so I thank you all very much. Again, check out the stations Check out the channels that we recommend. If you don't know what they are, go to our main webpage, our main YouTube page. Scroll down, go to featured channels. Look in there. There's some. Well, I was going to say some that stopped doing it. Some that are starting back up again, like Main Event Pong. Main Event Pong is starting to post stuff again, which is kind of nice. It was nice having you. Oh, thank you very much, Janice. Janice posted the Fiery Burger Ring episode that Tom and I did. But definitely check these channels out. Tom, old guy in Colorado, Janice Yamanaka, Nashies. Check their channels out. They're great channels. I would not recommend them to you if I did not think that you would like them. And when you do like them, as I'm sure you will, then be sure to like the episodes. Give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment because that helps them out, and give them a subscribe if you've not subscribed. If you've not subscribed to Trippy Food yet and you enjoyed our channel, then please subscribe to us as well. So really, really appreciate the support that you guys have given me over the years. I'll just keep doing this until I can't do it anymore. I just love doing this. I'm not in it for the money. I just love doing this, and I'm glad I can share that with you guys. You're the best community a person could ask for, and I thank you all so much. So just have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great week ahead, and just remember that it's crazy out there, so please be careful. Take care of yourselves. Take care of others, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.